The Sun contains 99.8% of all mass in the solar system. Mercury's poles may hold water ice, trapped in eternal shadow. Venus spins so slowly that one day equals 243 Earth days. Earth's magnetic field flips every few 100,000 years. Mars's red color comes from oxidized iron dust. Jupiter's great red spot is shrinking and changing color. Saturn's rings produce faint musical vibrations detectable by radio. Uranus spins on its side, likely due to an ancient collision. Neptune's deep blue comes from methane absorbing red light. Pluto's atmosphere collapses and freezes onto its surface every orbit. The Sun will one day become a white dwarf. Sunlight takes 8 minutes to reach Earth, but 40,000 years to escape the Sun's core. The Moon always shows the same face to Earth due to tidal locking. A lunar eclipse can last up to 107 minutes. Meteorites can be older than Earth itself. Jupiter's moon Europa may have more water than all of Earth's oceans combined. Saturn's moon Titan has rivers of liquid methane. Neptune's moon Triton orbits backward relative to Neptune's rotation. A light year measures distance, not time. About 9.46 trillion kilometers. The Milky Way and Andromeda will merge into a new galaxy in 4 billion years. Stars form inside giant molecular clouds. Red dwarfs burn hydrogen so slowly they can live trillions of years. Neutron stars can spin 700 times per second. Quasars are powered by black holes billions of times the Sun's mass. Dark matter outweighs visible matter 5 to 1. Dark energy causes the universe's accelerating expansion. Black holes can merge and release gravitational waves. Space expands faster than light beyond our observable horizon. The observable universe is about 93 billion light-years across. Cosmic microwave background radiation is the oldest light we can detect. A photon can travel for billions of years before hitting anything. Gravity bends light. It can magnify distant galaxies. The Sun's corona is millions of degrees hotter than its surface. Auroras occur when charged particles hit Earth's magnetic field. The northern and southern lights are mirror images of one another. Cosmic rays constantly rain on Earth from deep space. The vacuum of space isn't empty, it teems with virtual particles. Pulsars emit radio beams so precise they rival atomic clocks. Interstellar space begins about 18 billion kilometers from Earth. Voyager 1 entered interstellar space in 2012. Earth formed about 4.54 billion years ago. Its atmosphere was once mostly carbon dioxide. Oxygen first appeared from photosynthetic bacteria. The continents move about 2 to 5 centimeters per year. The Pacific Plate is the largest tectonic plate on Earth. The Mariana Trench is deeper than commercial jets fly high. The longest mountain range is underwater, the mid-ocean ridge. Volcanic islands form over stationary hotspots in the mantle. Earthquakes occur when stress releases along faults. The Richter scale increases tenfold in energy per level. Soil takes hundreds of years to form just 1 centimeter. Desert sand dunes can sing as they shift. Ice cores reveal carbon dioxide levels over 800,000 years. The Amazon River releases more water than the next 7 rivers combined. The Arctic Ocean is the smallest and shallowest ocean. Coral reefs support over 25% of marine species. Hurricanes lose strength when they move over land. Tornadoes occur on every continent except Antarctica. The world's largest desert is actually Antarctica. The Sahara expands several kilometers per year. Lightning can strike the same point twice, and often does. Thunderstorms can tower 20 kilometers into the sky. Hailstones form from updrafts in freezing air. Earth's atmosphere extends beyond the Moon's orbit. Most of Earth's fresh water is frozen in glaciers. The deepest lake is Lake Baikal in Siberia. Ocean currents transport heat from the equator to the poles. The Gulf Stream keeps northern Europe mild. The ozone layer shields life from ultraviolet radiation. Methane is 25 times more effective at trapping heat than CO2. Greenhouse gases make Earth habitable. Without them, it would be frozen. Sea level is rising at about 3 millimeters per year. Forests store more carbon than the entire atmosphere. Lightning strikes Earth 8 million times a day. A single bolt of lightning heats air to 30,000 degrees Celsius. Earth's magnetic poles are moving faster than ever recorded. Rainbows are full circles. We see only half from the ground. The smell after rain is caused by geosmin, produced by soil bacteria. Every year, 100 billion tons of dust blow across continents. Wildfires can create their own wind systems. Trees communicate using underground fungal networks. Some plants warn each other of insect attacks through chemical signals. Antarctica was once covered in forests. The driest place on Earth, the Atacama Desert, rarely sees rain for decades. Earth's gravity varies slightly across regions. The atmosphere contains traces of argon, neon, and helium. The aurora borealis occurs more often during solar maximums. Clouds can weigh millions of kilograms but stay aloft from rising air. Jet streams move at over 300 kilometers per hour. Earth's axis tilt gives us the seasons. Your body replaces all its cells roughly every 7 years. The brain consumes about 20 watts, similar to a dim light bulb. Nerve signals travel faster than race cars. The human heart beats about 2.5 billion times in a lifetime. Blood cells travel through 100,000 kilometers of vessels. Bones are 5 times stronger than steel by weight. Muscles can pull with a force several times their own weight. The cornea of your eye gets oxygen directly from air. Human DNA shares 60% similarity with bananas. Every minute, your body sheds 300,000 skin cells. You inhale about 11,000 liters of air per day. Your fingerprints form before birth and never change. Babies have 94 more bones than adults. The liver regenerates completely in about 8 weeks. Skin bacteria vary from person to person like a fingerprint. Some neurons in your brain will last your entire lifetime. Hair grows about 1 centimeter per month. The stomach's acid is strong enough to dissolve razor blades. The tongue has between 2,000 and 10,000 taste buds. Smell is the sense most linked to memory. The average person produces 1 liter of saliva daily. Tears contain natural antibiotics. Fingernails grow faster on your dominant hand. The human nose can detect over 1 trillion scents. Dolphins call each other by name-like sounds. Elephants recognize themselves in mirrors. Crows remember human faces for years. Bees navigate using the sun's position. Butterflies taste with sensors on their feet. Frogs absorb water directly through their skin. Penguins can drink seawater thanks to special glands. Octopuses have blue blood and 3 hearts. Some jellyfish can revert to an earlier stage of life, effectively immortal. Whales communicate through infrasonic songs. Some lizards can regenerate their tails. Bats are the only mammals that truly fly. Sharks existed before trees evolved. Fungi are more closely related to animals than to plants. Some trees share nutrients through underground fungi. Algae produce 50% of the oxygen we breathe. Atoms are mostly empty space. Their mass is in the nucleus. Protons and neutrons are made of quarks. Electrons occupy probability clouds, not fixed orbits. Matter and energy are interchangeable. E equals mc squared. A photon has no mass but carries momentum. Gravity affects the flow of time. Light travels slower in glass than in air. Sound cannot travel in a vacuum. Heat moves from hot to cold objects naturally. Entropy always increases in isolated systems. Friction converts motion into heat. Pressure increases by 1 atmosphere every 10 meters underwater. Water expands when it freezes. Salt lowers water's freezing point. Steam occupies 1,600 times the volume of water. Diamonds are pure carbon atoms arranged in a lattice. Gold is chemically one of the least reactive metals. Iron turns red when oxidized. Copper conducts heat and electricity extremely well. Mercury is the only liquid metal at room temperature. Liquid nitrogen boils at -196 degrees Celsius. Superfluids can flow up and over containers. Magnetic fields can levitate objects. Radio waves have the longest wavelengths of light. Gamma rays have the shortest and most energetic. The visible spectrum ranges from 400 to 700 nanometers. Ultraviolet light causes sunburn. X-rays pass through soft tissue but not bone. The speed of light is the cosmic speed limit. Quantum entanglement links particles instantly over distance. Superconductors have zero electrical resistance. Time slows down near massive objects. Neutrons decay into protons outside nuclei. A black hole's gravity bends even light. Bose-Einstein condensates behave as a single quantum state. Nuclear fusion powers stars. Hydrogen is the universe's most abundant element. Helium is the second most abundant. Carbon forms the basis of organic chemistry. Oxygen makes up nearly half of Earth's crust. The first microscope was invented in the 1600s. The first vaccine against smallpox was created in 1796. Electricity became practical for homes in the late 1800s. The first computer occupied an entire room. The Internet began as a military project called ARPANET. The first 3D printer was built in 1983. Robots are used in nearly every car factory. Artificial intelligence can now identify cancers earlier than doctors. Machine learning allows computers to learn from data. Quantum computers can test billions of possibilities at once. Nanotechnology manipulates materials atom by atom. CRISPR can edit single genes with precision. Stem cells can grow into any body tissue. Lab-grown meat could end animal farming. Drones deliver medical supplies to remote regions. Satellites monitor deforestation from orbit. The Milky Way is moving toward the Great Attractor at 2 million kilometers per hour. Every second, the Sun emits more neutrinos than there are grains of sand on Earth. Mercury's exosphere is constantly stripped away by the solar wind. Venus reflects 70% of the sunlight that strikes it. Earth is the only planet where fire can burn in open air. Mars quakes reveal a molten core beneath its crust. Jupiter's moons have more diversity than the inner planets combined. Saturn's hexagon storm fits 4 Earths across. Uranus's atmosphere glows faintly in ultraviolet. Neptune's winds can exceed 2,000 kilometers per hour. Pluto's heart-shaped glacier is made of nitrogen ice. The Oort cloud may contain 1 trillion comets. Comet Halley returns every 76 years. A meteor about 10 kilometers wide ended the age of dinosaurs. Earth captures space dust daily, nearly 100 tons. The sun's magnetic field flips every 11 years. Total solar eclipses will cease in 600 million years as the moon drifts away. The moon's surface records asteroid impacts dating back 4 billion years. The ISS travels 7.7 kilometers every second. Astronauts orbit Earth 16 times per day. The vacuum of space can boil water instantly. Stars die when fusion can no longer resist gravity. White dwarfs cool so slowly they'll outlive the universe. Some black holes spin near the speed of light. Galaxy collisions take hundreds of millions of years. The largest known galaxy spans 5 million light years. Dark matter passes through your body constantly. Gravitational lensing lets us see galaxies hidden behind others. Cosmic inflation expanded space faster than light. If you could ride a photon, time would stand still. The universe has no center. Every point expands from every other. Interstellar hydrogen emits radio waves at 21 centimeters. The coldest known place is the Boomerang Nebula, minus 200 times 72 degrees Celsius. The hottest known star reaches 200,000 degrees Celsius. Magnetars release more energy in a second than the Sun in 100,000 years. A teaspoon of neutron star matter would weigh 1 billion tons. Some exoplanets orbit closer to their stars than the Moon is to Earth. Others orbit 2 suns in balance. Space probes carry human names etched on metal plaques. Voyager 1's faint signal now takes 22 hours to reach us. Earth's magnetic field once disappeared for 1,000 years. Ocean tides slow Earth's rotation by milliseconds each century. The deepest point on land is the Dead Sea, minus 430 meters. Antarctica holds 90% of the world's ice. A cubic kilometer of ice can store more water than all human reservoirs combined. The Amazon River once flowed into the Pacific. Lightning splits the air into plasma hotter than the sun's surface. Thunder is air collapsing after that shock. The Pacific Ring of Fire produces 75% of Earth's volcanoes. Iceland grows by 5 centimeters per year from seafloor spreading. Diamonds can form in subduction zones deep beneath continents. Soil bacteria produce most of the antibiotics we use. Coral polyps build limestone faster under moonlight. Glaciers move about 30 centimeters per day on average. Earthquakes can trigger aftershocks for decades. The stratosphere warms with altitude, unlike the troposphere. Clouds reflect about 25% of incoming sunlight. The Arctic reflects sunlight. When it melts, oceans absorb heat instead. One large tree can lift 400 liters of water into the air daily. Deserts cover 1/3 of Earth's land. Some deserts bloom overnight after rare rain. Fire maintains many grassland ecosystems. Volcanic ash enriches soil with minerals. Dust from the Sahara feeds plankton in the Atlantic. The atmosphere thins to half its pressure by 5 kilometers altitude. The jet stream shifts with each season. Hailstones grow by cycling through storm layers. Fog droplets are 10 micrometers wide, thinner than a hair. Ocean salt mostly comes from rocks dissolved by rivers. The sea emits aerosols that form clouds. Earth's crust floats on a molten mantle. The core generates a magnetic field through moving iron. Volcanoes under ice create hidden lakes. Some rocks contain trapped bubbles from ancient air. The oldest known crystals are 4.4 billion years old. The equator spins 1,670 kilometers per hour, faster than the poles. Earth's shape is not a perfect sphere, but an oblate ellipsoid. Mount Chimborazo in Ecuador is the farthest point from Earth's center. The Himalayas still rise as India presses into Asia. Tsunamis can travel the speed of a jet. Raindrops fall slower than you think, about 25 kilometers per hour. Ice crystals in cirrus clouds create halos around the sun. Aurora colors depend on altitude: green lower, red higher. The smell of the ocean partly comes from plankton decay. Methane bubbles rise from melting Arctic seabeds. A hurricane releases more energy in a day than all human power plants combined. Permafrost stores twice as much carbon as Earth's atmosphere. Lightning triggers wildfires that renew forests. Lakes turn over twice yearly, mixing oxygen to the depths. Some cave systems stretch over 600 kilometers. All living things share a common ancestor from 3.8 billion years ago. Viruses blur the boundary between life and chemistry. Your body hosts more microbial cells than human ones. Each heartbeat pushes blood through 100,000 kilometers of vessels. The brain generates enough electricity to power a small bulb. Memory relies on synapses strengthening, not storing data physically. The liver performs over 500 biochemical tasks. The human skeleton renews itself roughly every 10 years. Red blood cells live about 120 days. The skin replaces itself completely every month. Human hair can support 100 grams before breaking. Taste buds sends 5 basic flavors plus water and fat. Tears contain hormones that relieve stress. The sense of smell detects single molecules. The brain processes pain in the same regions as social rejection. Dolphins sleep with one eye open. Bats navigate with sound bursts only a few milliseconds long. Bees see ultraviolet flower patterns invisible to us. Octopus arms can act independently of their central brain. Seahorses are monogamous during a breeding season. Tardigrades survive in space without water. Fungi communicate via electrical pulses through soil networks. Some bacteria can breathe metals instead of oxygen. Jellyfish don't have brain, only nerve nets. Starfish can regenerate lost arms completely. Crocodiles can go a year without food. Whales store oxygen in muscle protein, not just lungs. The blue whale's heart weighs 180 kilograms. Elephant ears regulate temperature through blood vessels. Camels close nostrils to keep out sand. Penguins fly underwater with wings evolved as flippers. Polar bears' skin is black beneath white fur. Snakes smell with their tongues. Owls can rotate their heads 270 degrees. Cats' whiskers sense air currents. The cheetah accelerates faster than most sports cars. The human eye distinguishes about 10 million colors. Every cell in your body contains the same DNA. The human genome is 3 billion letters long. DNA coils around proteins called histones, like thread on spools. RNA viruses mutate far faster than DNA organisms. Mitochondria were once free living bacteria. Chloroplasts also began as captured microbes. Some plants hear vibrations from pollinating bees. Venus flytraps count touches to avoid wasting energy. Trees pump water upward using microscopic capillaries. Bamboo can grow nearly 1 meter per day. The world's largest organism is a fungus spanning 9 kilometers underground. Seeds can remain viable for thousands of years. Life exists in boiling springs and frozen deserts alike. There are more atoms in a glass of water than glasses of water in the oceans. Quantum particles can interfere with themselves. The uncertainty principle forbids knowing a particle's position and speed exactly. Light slows to 225,000 kilometers per second in water. Gravity bends both space and time. Matter curves the space around it. Space tells matter how to move. A neutrino can pass through a light year of lead unhindered. Absolute zero is the temperature where motion nearly stops. The Planck constant links energy and frequency. Radioactivity was discovered by accident in 1896. Carbon atoms cycle through living and non-living worlds endlessly. Ice floats because hydrogen bonds lock open spaces between molecules. Water reaches maximum density at 4 degrees Celsius. Superheated water can stay liquid above 100 degrees Celsius under pressure. A candle flame's blue base reaches 1,400 degrees Celsius. Electric current is the flow of electrons through a conductor. Magnetic fields form closed loops, no monopoles found yet. Static electricity is charge imbalance between surfaces. Sound travels 5 times faster in steel than in air. Heat always flows from hot to cold, never the reverse spontaneously. Pressure increases linearly with depth in a fluid. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. Nuclear fission splits heavy atoms, releasing binding energy. Fusion combines light atoms to form heavier ones. The first controlled fission chain reaction occurred in 1942. 1 gram of matter converted to energy equals 20 kilotons of TNT. Superfluids have zero viscosity. They never slow down. Liquid helium climbs container walls against gravity. Plasma makes up 99% of visible matter in the universe. Lightning is a natural plasma. Metals expand when heated, but water contracts until 4 degrees Celsius. The color of hot metal shifts from red to white with temperature. Chemical bonds are electromagnetic attractions between atoms. Catalysts speed up reactions without being consumed. Enzymes are biological catalysts with atomic precision. Entropy drives diffusion, decay, and time's arrow. The speed of sound in air rises with temperature. The universe's average temperature is minus 270 degrees Celsius. The first laser was built in 1960. Transparent materials slow and bend light, refraction. The first photograph was taken in 1826. Radio waves made wireless communication possible by 1900.